The time for trying to grow a team and build a team for the Dallas Cowboys is over. You don't come off of 3 straight 12-5 seasons and expect to be better with the same players because everybody around you has gotten better. And Jerry Jones refuses to spend the money to do that. And yet he says, well, I like our team where we are, and we can compete with, but we're not.
Welcome to another session with them Dennis boys on this Whiskey Wednesday. You got your boy B.
Debo.
EJ.
Coming to talk about another loss at home again with these Cowboys. What y'all think about that loss against them dang Ravens at the crib where they had another track meet on us?
Well, I mean, the game went similar to how I thought it would. I didn't think we would play that bad. To start out, of course, I mean, we made a little comeback, but I feel like the refs helped us a little too. We just looked like we weren't prepared. I mean, we knew, based on what we talked about in the last podcast, the fact that Lamar Jackson was going to run the ball, and I feel like how do you miss that missing piece, out of the game plan? So I'm kind of clueless on that. And if any of the coaches are on the hot seat, they should be. I mean, because it's just we look very unprepared, and that's 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Debo. That was a very piss poor showing. It was a very unprepared team, and we say all the time on this podcast, it's the coach's job to prepare your team for these battles. We look very unprepared. The thing that eats my craw is it comes down to a thing of lack of preparation. Plus, when you had just come from a team that ran all over your ass and through you, you're going to change something. And I saw very little difference between the Saints game and that Ravens game in terms of us being able to stop the run.
Yep.
So what are the coaches doing? We're talking about we're preparing in practice. Well, what y'all doing to prepare in practice? Because we're not seeing that product get on the field. So I'm gonna be honest. I called I was probably the only one to call the Cowboys to win that game because I really thought that we would make changes game over game in order to be able to effectively stop the run. We already knew what the challenges were as far as trying to stop the quarterback. So what did we do in essence? Nothing. We didn't. We looked like a very unprepared team, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah, man, it's very disheartening knowing that you just came off a blowout, loss, at home and was pretty much punched in the mouth, and it was done again. So if you can't fix that problem now, you're going to keep seeing it throughout the whole year. And then that's the part that's really disheartening because I don't see no answer for us fixing it. If we don't have the personnel, and then it's a pride thing. If you getting beat, getting your ass beat like that at home, as players, you should want to goddamn make a statement to say, hey, they ain't really us. But for you to almost duplicate that and start the game out like that and be down 4 scores at the half, that's very disheartening this early in the season. That's a deep hole that I really can't see us fixing, this year unless, we make a drastic change. We need a D tackle that's sure that can hold that line up, and we need another weapon on offense, and it's clear as day. And I know everybody else sees it. And if we made the adjustments from the previous week, we really, really in trouble.
Right.
Our opponents. Go ahead, Dan.
Not gonna say I think too. Again, I think we keep bailing out on running the ball, and I get us, not having success early on in the game, but I just feel like we really should keep trying to get it over with. Because the thing is, if we get the running game going, we'll be able to get the passing game going. Because now we keep trying to play action when we didn't never get nothing established. You can't do play action without establishing anything.
Exactly. So you ain't run the ball worth a damn. What the hell they biting on?
Yeah, but it's like we got a written script. We have a written script, and we just keep going by the script. No matter what happens, we just gonna keep going by the script. Hey, this is the play we call them. It don't even matter. It's like we're not making no adjustments. I don't get it.
The teams are stacking the box on us because they don't respect our passing game.
Exactly.
They're putting extra men up in the box. Daring us to run the ball and then stopping the run. I mean, you can run and you can be effective, but I don't know anybody on any team on any team that can run through a brick wall. And I mean, that's what they're setting up in front of us.
Dowdle came in. He was very effective. He was averaging 4 yards a carry. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay steady with that. As the more he got the ball, the better he was going. And then we just got away from it. Just throwing straight back.
but your run game is only as good as your offensive lineman who block.
The linemen doing all right. We're not getting hit in the backfield. Maybe once or twice. I think Zeke got hit back there. Other than that, we get into the line of scrimmage.
But we're not extending that line of scrimmage. Is what I'm saying. We're getting to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. To me, that's an offensive line that's not pushing the plays down the field. I mean, I know, I hear what you're saying, but bottom line is the game is won in the trenches between the lines. And if your line loses, you lose it. Bottom line.
I just think we bail out a little too early to give the linemen a chance. Like, they got to get going. I mean, them boys are young for the most part. I said, but the ones that's really looking bad are the vets. If you're looking at it, I mean, you got Steele who looks all god awful out there to me. I just don't know what he got going on. I know when his contract up, he gone. So we need to go and find his replacement.
That last injury might have took him out, man. I think he had 2 and 3 years. So I mean, that could be possible.
But I mean, that gets back to what we've been saying all along about our off season. We didn't do anything in the off season. All the good teams and the great teams in the league, they all made moves to make their team better. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about making good teams better and better teams great, and that's what we're faced. We cannot continue to try to fill our roster with players coming from college. That game is not the game anymore. It wasn't once upon a time. But now everybody's trading the best for the best. They're going out after these free agents who are the best of the best to improve their team. If we don't do that, we're not going to be a good team. We cannot continue to rely on the college ranks to make us a good team. The time for trying to grow a team and build a team for the Dallas Cowboys is over. You don't come off of 3 straight 12-5 seasons and expect to be better with the same players, because everybody around you has gotten better. And Jerry Jones refuses to spend the money to do that. And yet he says, well, I like our team the way we are, and, we can compete with it. But we're not. We're not competing, and there's not very much to like about our team.
No, I think that's the problem. He's satisfied with just competing. And that's enough just to get you by. That's enough to get you 12-5, but it's not enough to get you where you need to go, and that's the problem. And then nothing's going to change until we as a fan base can join together and make our emotions felt. You know what I'm saying? We keep talking this and that and about it, whatever, but until we stop, investing in that franchise, ain't nothing going to change. They're going to keep moving like they've been moving.
Facts. Yeah, that's facts.
True.
So,
yeah. But on the flip side of that, let's address this pouting stuff on the sidelines, man. It's getting a little bit too much already.
Yeah.
We ain't even halfway through the season, and we got people pouting and saying, "Give me the ball," and like, come on, man. Or
it's frustrating, man. Like I said,
a train wreck, man.
To be in 2 blowouts in 2 weeks in a row at the crib, that's embarrassing, bro. You got a house full of fans, man, looking at y'all performing like that. it's going to be frustrating. And then I'm glad they are frustrated. At least they care. You know what I'm saying? They're showing some type of care. So, I mean, Micah, CD, both of them boys putting their emotions on their sleeve, you know what I'm saying? But they need to put, that determination on the field for real. But at the same time, CD is playing a dependent role, but, he didn't have the best of game with that fumble or whatnot. But at the same time, he got a point too, though. He was missed.
But that's my problem with both of them. You doing this pouting, but you ain't doing nothing to fix the solution. You're not doing anything to lead by example. We can't be coming down the field. We're down 14-3 in the red zone, and you fumble the ball because you want to carry the ball like Dion. Like, you got to pay attention to details. Like, that was to me. I knew the game was over then. When that happened, I said the game's over.
Yeah.
I said, because when team is already beat down, you can't do that. You cannot fumble that ball.
That was at a crucial time too.
Very crucial.
Yeah, it was right there inside the 10. Yeah,
that could have been a game changer right there. Could have got the momentum flip for us right there. But I mean,
how I looked at it is like you on the sideline pouting after you just literally cost us the game because we finally getting the flow going and you mess it up and you going to go on the sideline and start whining. Come on now.
Yeah, bottom line, if you're going to talk about it, you damn well better be about it. And,
exactly.
Everybody have a drop here and there, but you're a professional and you're making those big bucks. Like CeeDee Lamb is being paid. Those kind of drops we can't afford.
That's true. I mean, it's just a bad timing of the thing, man. But more times than not, CD bails us out more times than not. So he don't make big mistakes like that often. Like that was probably the worst game I've ever seen him play.
We need those bailouts during big moments like that one right there.
And he usually does.
That's why he's making them millions.
CD is the most consistent offensive player we got that we've had in a long time.
And no one's arguing that point. I agree with you 100%. He's the best that we have. They don't argue that point.
Mm-hmm.
But that is to bring up another point. Our other B and C and D receivers not showing up either. Dak, he had two interceptions the last game. Was that it? One went off with somebody's head, and one I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But anyhow, I've seen a lot
of close calls.
Boy, did it?
But look, I mean, I watched games all weekend. There's very few quarterbacks who didn't have close calls. As a matter of fact, there were quite a few interceptions thrown this weekend. That's a hazard of being a quarterback.
That's part of the game.
We're going to throw some interceptions. As long as you don't cost your team a game, that's a whole different point. But say this to say, I saw too many plays where the quarterback was in trouble, and I saw receivers standing around, not trying to come back to the ball. I saw a lot of games this weekend where the wide receivers were coming back to the ball, helping the quarterback in scramble situations.
Let me ask you this, sir, since you bring that point up. If you was a quarterback of any team, and you have that issue where your number one receiver is being doubled and triple teamed, and your supporting cast is not working their way out to come help you, what other option would you choose?
Then you would see me having some of those same conversations that you saw going on the sideline in that game. You got, as a quarterback, you're the head of that team. You're the leader. You're the one everybody's supposed to look up to. You're the one that's supposed to draw the team together. Matter of fact, I think Michael Parsons and Dak Prescott might need to change roles in that regard. Prescott is supposed to be the one that's, talking about bringing the team back together. He's making a lot of excuses for the team is what I hear, but and himself included. But you got to have someone to draw the team back together. Michael Parsons is doing his best to do that. He talks a lot, but if you listen to what he's saying, he's a very team-oriented person, and he wants to win. All those things come out in his words and his dialect, whatever he speaks, and that's what you need, especially at a time like this when we're struggling and trying to find our way. You need that voice in the locker room and otherwise to bring that team back together. It's easy to be the voice of dissension. It's easy to get pissed off and start fussing and cussing at people. But it's that one special player that you need to bring the team back together in times like this. I hope that answers your question.
What you got? What's your input on this?
If I was the quarterback and all that was going on, I mean, it takes a village, man. Like you can't really put it on the quarterback per se.
You do.
Like I said, for that instance alone, what I'm saying about when the city fumbles the ball, what else do you want your quarterback to do in that instance? Because I put you in position to score.
But that's just one play.
It don't matter.
It do.
One play can lose you the whole game.
It can, or other plays can make up for it. It's the first quarter. It's not over.
You can't look at it like that, because if you're saying that the receiver is able to allow them a mistake like that, but you're putting the pressure on the quarterback to not keep turning the ball over, so isn't that not the same thing?
Well, use your feet. He need to run more. Every other quarterbacks are running, man. He not running. Like, if you know the receiver's not getting there, you sit there and cover one. Take your ass off. All these quarterbacks are doing it. Look at Josh.
Okay. Okay, so let me get this straight.
Hold on. Before you say what you about to say.
Yeah, I gotta say that. I gotta get this.
You know, I'm the biggest fan of a mobile quarterback, and that's why I lobby for Trey Lance so hard, because if we got to see Trey Lance with the ones, I think we'd have seen a different result. Now,
I agree
with Dak, with him not being able to scramble, or he just sitting in the pocket for whatever reason, want to get killed back there.
He just ain't.
It's crazy. I'm against all that. So all these quarterbacks that's in the league that's being mobile, and you seen Jaden Daniels, man, just moving back there like he Lamar Jackson too. Like, but he can throw the ball. So,
but he also had receivers that were coming back to the ball as well. So when he was scrambling, he had targets.
But he was rolling out, buying time, though. He's not sitting in the pocket hibernating.
But
exactly.
If you under duress, you still have to have wide receivers to come back to the ball. You're telling me you want Dak to run the ball to the wide receiver?
If your house is on fire, are you going to sit there and keep inhaling that smoke, or you get your ass out the house?
He needs to scramble. Bottom line is he needs to scramble. He sits in the pocket too long. He got big thighs, big hips, and he thinks
so y'all get Lance in there. That's what y'all trying to do.
No. And what kills me about that?
Run that run.
No,
get paid too much for that.
What I'm saying is what kills me about Dak is he sits back there as if he has a fast twitch muscle. And he can't move like that. He need to get going early.
Get a head start, right?
Right. Yeah. So like he sits back there at the last minute and end up either getting tripped up, sacked, or whatever have you, and sit there and look crazy. So I'm like, man, I lobby for a mobile quarterback all day long.
But on the flip side, how many times did you see Dak fall back and was patient on Sunday and hit a wide receiver after being patient and giving somebody time to get open? We got wide receivers that need to get open. That's the problem. He won't have to scramble if they're getting open.
Yeah, but you know what your personnel is up there. You watching every play. You see how they're covering us and everything developing and whatnot. You got to make the adjustments. Like Josh Allen has less weapons on his team, but he's taking the ownership of that team and putting them on their back, and he carrying them boys. Like he running the ball, he throwing the ball, and everything. He making the most out of the situation. He lost his number one receiver last year.
Josh Allen also has a better signal caller and coach, in my opinion.
Does he?
I wouldn't even say that. Let me tell you what it is. He bails them out by his athleticism. It's not the play calling, and also they don't bail from running the ball. They're running the ball efficiently. That's why he's looking good. That's why.
Hey, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't position. Josh Allen ran around just like he did last year, and threw 15 picks. You know, what is that? That's good.
Didn't he win a playoff game?
He did. Hey,
however, you win one game in the playoff and you forget about 15 picks.
You know where them picks came in at, and it usually does with these star receivers. trying to force the ball to your star receiver every time.
You saying Diggs was responsible for that?
You might be right.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
And that's why they got rid of him.
It makes sense. He looked a lot more fluid and he looked more.
That I don't doubt because he did cry for the ball a lot.
He did.
Exactly.
He did.
Yeah.
But
and we do the same thing. Mm-hmm. We do the same exact thing. Every quarterback we've had do the same thing with the star receiver. They start whining about the ball. Now they want to just force it to him. And the same thing's going to happen again. I see it. It's lining up.
So you think CD about to get the hell on?
No, where you going to go?
I mean, they might trade him. Let him go. I don't know.
Not for that amount of money.
Man, they just paid that man. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I hope not. Nah, CD legit. Like you said, this is the first time we ever seen like this type of thing. You know, in the playoff last year, you know, he had a little moment. But as far as his performance on the field, like that was the first time he cost us. You know what I'm saying? For real. But I mean, defensively,
I don't even care about that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have drops. It's a part of the game. Mm-hmm. It goes with the game. What I'm more concerned about is the overall performance of the team. Mm-hmm. You know, take CD out of it, take Dak out of it. I'm just looking at it. And let's not forget about the damn defense. Who they stop?
Not a soul.
Nope.
Who they stop?
Nobody.
First game, they looked like world beaters. They were stopping everybody. They couldn't even gain a yard in the first game. How you going to go from –
That was a hell of a tease, boy. God.
Negative yardage to getting run over the next game and then getting run over again the next game.
And it just
for me, that comes from the head down. I'm sorry. You know, you're not –
I was just about to say that. It comes from the coaching. Coaching is not setting us up to win because – how you have the opposite quarterback that you're facing only throw the ball, 13 times?
I think so.
Bruh, most quarterbacks throw 13 times and a half.
15.
If not more. Like, that's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think up until the fourth quarter, I think he only had 11 passes made.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, had 45 rushes, though, for 274. 6 yards a pop.
See, to me, that's coaching because, I mean, blitzing would have just took all them gadget plays out the backfield.
But we don't do it, though. I don't know why the hell we do not blitz, bro. Like, we have great linebackers, bro. If your D tackle's not getting the job done, you got to bring them some help. Them linebackers can't sit back there and keep getting washed like that. Them guard getting to the linebackers, and that's what's clearing things out for them running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, it has to be a controlled blitz when you're playing somebody like Lamar. But you still have to put some pressure on the ball. There's no any quarterback in the league will sit down and pick you apart if you're gonna let them sit there all day. You know, you just gotta get pressure.
And whatever happened to them putting Micah Parsons at linebacker sometimes?
Well, it's putting them all over the place. They're
moving him. They moving him around on the line. But what I'm talking about actually sitting him back there behind the defensive line and letting him actually play linebacker to see if he'll stick his neck in there and stop the run. Because him being on the line, we seen him be just doing whatever, just being on the D-line. If the play ain't going his way, he's just going to stop, sit there and look at the play with his hands on the play.
Everybody game plans for Michael Parsons. They always trying to run away from him. They do it. They're supposed to go away from him. He can't be all over the field. You know what I'm saying?
But if you put him at linebacker, that would solve your problem because guess what? You have to get to the second level to even get to him.
But versus you putting him head, he might get washed too.
But that's the problem. They get to the second level now. I
just mean no D-tackle to protect him. Like we've been saying about the last 2-3 years.
Only way I see him getting washed if he ain't putting no effort out. That man is strong.
I think there's a reason why they're not putting him there. And outside of the financial thing, I know he's trying to get a DN pay rate, but I don't think he got that linebacker like that. If he did, he would be a star linebacker. But I don't think
he ain't got that DN like that either.
But they are double teaming. We see that he getting chipped, which I don't understand why we're not bringing a blitz right behind him.
I get all that, but all elite pass rushers do the same thing. Do you think they only do that to Michael Parsons? Come on now.
Nah, you're right.
He ain't the only one. But guess what? Them boys gonna still touch that quarterback. I can guarantee.
That's real.
Michael Parsons doesn't really have a position. He's just a floater. He go wherever they send him for the job.
Yeah. We didn't even put him wherever his ass gonna impact and get some damn production. Like
That
game,
all these
game
incredible games.
game to game, and team and personnel to personnel, that changes every game.
That's real.
What your specialty is
Yeah,
changes every game, and that's where the coaching come in again. You got to change, just like they're changing their offensive scheme to get away from Michael Parsons. We got to change our defensive scheme to get Michael Parsons on them.
yeah, but we got to get a defensive tackle like yesterday, like a legit dog up in there. I don't know who we're gonna trade for. Whoever we're gonna go get Jonathan Allen, or I wish we can go get Quentin Williams from goddamn the Jets. But
when's the trade deadline? It's coming
Chris
up.
Jones.
Yeah, I wish we could. We can't afford him.
Hey,
they ain't trading. He ain't available.
Wait, would you ship off CD for him?
Nah, because we'll be dead on offense.
Anybody else? I know you're not asking Brandon that question for real.
I would.
You would trade Chris Jones, who is probably in his 30s now, probably close or at 30, and CD still in the mid-20s, who's killing the league. He's top 5 for sure. Even though Chris Jones is top 2. Shit, number one. Number one.
Hey, you better hope they send a wide receiver with Chris Jones if that's what you're gonna do.
We can plug. I can pick a couple guys off their roster.
I understand though, but at what benefit is it benefiting us? Because he ain't doing nothing but getting doubled and triple team.
We definitely
he ain't benefiting us. He just sitting there, just making money, just taking that. So that's what the league come down to. So the people who get highest paid just takes all the attention, makes all this money, but don't make no production.
I mean, bro.
That is. If you occupy 2 men every play, every defensive play, that is production.
Minimum,
whatever though.
Hey, that is production.
Think about all the other receivers in the league. Ain't no big receivers making a lot of big yardage like the usual stars. They're not putting up them crazy big numbers like they were last year. So defenses have definitely adjusted, and most teams gotta have 2 legit receivers. See how Jamar got off last night when T came back? Totally different.
Oh, for sure.
I'll take T. Higgins. They don't want to pay that. Now that's what we'll need.
Yeah, I would go get.
I'd go get Devontae last night on my fantasy. Wasn't I playing you?
Whatever you got to do, I go get him.
Yeah. That 40 points on Josh Allen killed me, man.
Boy, he balled out. I was like, I'm gonna win this. I was projected to lose.
Man, I had a 15-point lead on you.
And you had T. Higgins going. I was like,
T. Higgins left, man.
I was like, boy, thank you, Josh.
Boy, you definitely thank him.
Back to that Devontae point, man. I would love to have him, but we definitely won't be able to afford him at all. Like that,
we can forget all of that. Even if these guys are available, you still got an owner that's not really willing to step out there like that. At once upon a time, he was, but them like many years ago. You know, nothing in recent history tells you that's that guy. He's not that guy anymore.
Who, Devontae?
No. Jerry Jones.
Oh, Jerry Jones, yeah.
Going out there, he's not that guy anymore to go out there and get that kind of talent. No. You know, he went out and got Dion and all these other guys, come in. That's when we were winning, when he was going out and getting these big name guys. We stopped winning when he stopped going to get them and became complacent with what we had. How many 8-8 seasons we had in the Garrett? It was like 5 or something like that.
Too many.
Like 3 back-to-back. Where they do that at,
Well, if that's the case, man, what you saying, if we don't bring in nobody legit defensively on that D-line and another receiving threat, this is going to be a under 500 season.
So what y'all think about this Thursday night game?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't. After these last 2 blowouts, man, I really don't know what the state of this team is mentally, spiritually. The pressure on these coaches, man, they got to get these boys motivated and coached up, man, because they got some holes that I can't see them fixing in 1 shooting 5 days. So I honestly see it's a possible loss.
We're not going to lose. We won't lose this game because it's a hot seat game. You lose this one, something or somebody is going to be buzzing by the time the next game approaches because we're gonna have a long break from Thursday to the next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So something's gonna happen between now and then. We do drop this game, so I can't see us dropping this one. This gonna be one of the ones where it's a must have.
This year, the way the season is starting out, especially in the NFC East, every game is a hot seat game because the teams are that closely aligned in terms of talent, and there's going to be a dogfight down to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And to come out of the NFC East this year, you're going to have to win some games. There ain't going to be no somebody give me one here game.
Nah.
Our schedule don't have any give me games now.
Mm-mm.
You know, and the Giants winning last weekend, that helps prove that point even more.
Mm-hmm.
Giants winning, Commanders look great. You know, you already know what the Eagles doing. You just got to count on their coach to keep doing the stupid things he do.
True.
And you know, I mean, that's just it. But I mean, the teams are stepping up to the plate, and that's not even to mention the other half of the NFC teams. You know, the West. You know, they ball it out too in the Central. I mean, nobody has an easy schedule this year. Everybody is going to have to prove that they have a good team every Sunday, every Thursday.
Yeah, man, the league's at all-time high with quality of teams now, man. Like, it really ain't no gimme weeks no more. Like, every team is almost legit now. So you got to come with it, man. If not, man, you definitely can take an L any Sunday. We seen that. Everybody's taking an L this year. Everybody's been struggling. Like, the schemes are getting better. Coaching is definitely getting better. So you can definitely see that. So they're making up for a lot of the lack of talent on some of these teams, man, and they putting these boys in good position to compete in all these games for real.
Look at what the Panthers did.
Exactly.
I mean, you know,
they brought in the old Red Rocket. What his name is? Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
And Dalton. Mm-hmm. Hey, I mean, you know, on any given Sunday, man, you know, you got to be ready. And right now, we don't look like a ready team. But yeah, in terms of Thursday, I'm probably going to agree with Devin that we'll probably win that. I'm hoping that it will be a statement game for us in terms of coming back to some semblance of what we're supposed to look like. That's the only thing I mean by statement game.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting back to looking like we should be looking like a competitive team. If we do that and we win, I don't care if we win by half a point, you know, I'm good because then you can see some progress that we're headed scaling back slowly in the other direction. Right now, we're on a free fall. And we got to stop the bleeding, man. We got to stop the bleeding because it doesn't get any easier from here on out. Thanks. Teams are licking their chops for us right about now.
So, what's your prediction, sir? Let's go ahead and get those in.
I say a low-scoring game. I'm probably going to say like a 17-14 type game. I don't see a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I see how kicker playing a prominent role in this video.
Hey, let me leave 9 of
that. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I'm going to say 18-14.
Yeah, that could be right. Without letting you know, we got some real problems, though.
Yeah, I got to keep it divisible by 3.
What say you, Debo?
I'm probably the total opposite on this one. Like I said, it's a must-win game, really, because, like I said, it's a hot seat game. So it's going to be 35-13. I think we're going to make a big statement in the next game. I like the matchup for us. They got a decent defense, but I'm not really confident in Daniel Jones like that in the run game. Saquon Barkley's gone. I think we good. I think we're good in this one.
Right.
More confident about this one.
Neighbors is their only true threat, right?
Yeah. And Diggs gonna lock that up because remember he was talking to Diggs in the offseason, so I ain't worried about that. Diggs he gonna get a pick too. Matter of fact, let me add that on.
Oh damn! Okay.
Yeah, he was talking good. He was talking good to him too.
True. So what? Yeah. So what if Daniel Jones decided to turn into light skinned Lamar?
He ain't. Parsons gonna get to the quarterback this week. Mysteriously. Parsons probably had about 3 sacks this week.
Dang. And you getting Parsons 3 sacks?
3.
Oh, dang. All right. Well, I don't feel like that, but I think we're gonna have our struggles early in the game. I think we might have a slick, slow start again. But we're probably gonna pick it up in the second half. The game gonna be close at the end. I mean, at halftime, and I think we will make adjustments and beat them. But that's how we do, though. We usually beat the team we're supposed to beat. We seem like we got back on track until we play another, legit team. But I'm just gonna stick on this game right here. For this game, I think that I'm gonna kind of split y'all. I think it's gonna be like a 20-13 type game. We'll probably squeeze out, 2 touchdowns against them, and then a couple field goals. And defense gonna be able to contain Daniel Jones since we're so familiar with him. So I'm good with that score right there. That sounds like a good goal.
Hey, you sure don't want to say 21? That's divisible by 3.
No, Brandon Aubrey. I give Brandon Aubrey his love. I got to factor his love in because he gonna kick at least 2.
That's what I said. 21. That gives him 3 times 7, 21.
Now 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
Just saying, keep it divisible by 3.
I feel you. Hey, how we looking? That math, my math, adding up.
Hey.
So
that's true.
Okay.
I mean, but bottom line is, man, I just can hope. That's all we can do right now. But right now, it ain't looking good. I hope we can recover and fix those things. But we got a lot of fundamental issues that we need to address going forward, man. But y'all guys got any closing statements y'all want to make?
I'm just gonna say that regardless of how bad things go, I've seen bad seasons before. This ain't the first rodeo here. Mm-hmm. We've seen more bad ones than we've seen good ones, unfortunately. But, I'm always hopeful that my team will come back. Even if it's not this year, I remain hopeful because that's what fans do, And I always tell everybody I'm not a fan, I'm a fanatic. So, when it comes to my team, I always believe if you don't believe, then why you follow? We can talk about, when the bad things happen, but in the end, we'll be back next year talking and hopefully about something better, but we'll be talking about the same team, and some of the same things we discussed this year. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's part of our problem.
Yeah. That's part of it.
Yeah. I just want my team to compete. That's it. That's all I got right there because you compete, I'm happy. Win or lose.
Yep. And on that note, y'all like, subscribe, and comment, man. We're going to keep bringing this content, and we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time.